Good afternoon and welcome to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lion Freshman Football. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's action as the Pope John Lions make their way to the sidelines and the captains out to midfield to begin this contest against the St. Peter's Prep Marauders from Jersey City. Pope John 5-2 on this schedule, having lost last week at St. Joe's of Montvale 21-7. The Lions are looking for payback today and looking to take it out on St. Peter's. We will bring you the roster of today's game and then get set for opening kickoff. We also have two more games left on the schedule. Next Thursday at 4 p.m. down at Red Bank Catholic against the Carries, and then at Don Bosco on November 7th to finish the season. So please join us for those broadcasts. But right now, the captain's in midfield, and they shake hands with the St. Peter's Prep Marauders, and we will get set for opening kickoff. Starting with the roster will be number 0, Yaz Register. Number 6 is Giadora. 18, Michael Marston. 19, Vic Fiore. 24, Vincent Jessamaria. 29, Aiden D'Olivo. 31, Seamus Corcoran. 34, Joey Lebrano. 35, Tommy Walton. Number 40 is Nick Sadowski. Number 45, Andrew Jessamaria. 55 is Sutton Fullwood. 59, Ryan Watts. 67, Landon Hendricks. 68, Riley Watts. Number 70, Emilio Barranco. And number 72, Mike Morelli. Out of the lineup today, number 8 is Amir Young, and 88, Jacob Post, due to injury for Jacob, and he'll be back next week in the lineup. The head coach of the Pope John Lions freshman football team is Christian Vosa, and assistant coach is Jack Morelli. And the athletic director of Pope John High School is Brian McAleer. I am Mike Formisano. We are here live at Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. It's the Pope John Lions and the St. Peter's Marauders. Pope John in their white jerseys with blue numbers and Pope John across the front with the golden pants and the golden domes, and they are going right to left. St. Peter's in their maroon uniforms trimmed by silver and silver helmets. They're going left to right. Seamus Corcoran from his own 30, and the ball falls off the tee at the 40, so he has to reset. Little bit of wind here today, but we got a gust just as we got started with action, and Corcoran approached the ball. So he'll put it back on the tee, and we will get started here from Pope John High School. Lions 5-2 on the year. Tough loss for them last week at St. Joe's, but they're looking to rebound today. Corcoran, number 31, stands just in front of his own 30. The ball's at the 40. Approaches the ball. Line drive kick towards the sideline, takes a bounce toward the sideline. It goes out of bounds, and that will be a penalty against Pope John. Out of bounds on the kickoff, so that will bring the ball to the 40 for St. Peter's, and they'll get started. First and 10 for the Marauders. This is the last home game of the season for Pope John freshman football. The varsity will take on St. Peter's at St. Peter's at Cabin Point tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Friday Night Lights. The junior Lions seasons are over. The 13U team fell in the playoffs to the Orange Bengals out of the Pop Warner League. Valiant effort by them, but just not enough. And 11U will probably have another game on the schedule. I am hearing November 4th possibility against Mount Olive as an exhibition game. Here's the handoff up the middle, and the running back brought down by number 45, Andrew Jessamaria, tackled at about the 41-yard line. So that'll be 2nd and 4 for St. Peter's. On defense right now for Pope John, number 35, Tommy Walton. 30 for Pope John, along with number 0, Yaz Register. 34 is Joey Lebrano. We'll try and fill in the rest of the defensive alignment in just a little bit. Running back right out the middle on the far hash mark. Second effort. Looks like he's going to get him the first down as he barrels his way out to the 41, maybe 42-yard line. We'll see where the referee spotted. They're actually giving him just the 40, but it is enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 for St. Peter's. Quarterback in the gun for St. Pete's. Here's a snap. Takes it, fires to the far sideline. Number 8 makes a move to the outside and right down the sideline to about the 40-yard line. The deke on the defensive back for Pope John worked and got the ball down to about the 40 of Pope John. I'm going to say maybe the 42. So first down for St. Peter's. They're on the move. They'll spot it at the 43. Quarterback in the gun, 1 in the backfield, and then handoff goes to him. Number 20, met by Andrew Jessamine and twirled around on a 360 move. But number 20 for St. Peter's gaining positive yardage and getting the ball down to the 36-yard line of Pope John. That'll bring up 2nd and 3. Marauders have to get the ball to the Pope John 33-yard line for another first. St. Peter's out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Number 11, he'll roll to his right, pass out to 23, complete to the near sideline, steps out of bounds, or he would have had a lot more yardage. But he does get to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, St. Peter's over Pope John. They'll spot the ball at the 27. 3 consecutive first downs for St. Peter's as they are on the move. Quarterback again in the gun. He's got a running back to his left. 37 in motion. Handoff goes to him to the far side. Past the hash marks towards the far sideline. Down to the 20 and then knocked out of bounds by number 31, Seamus Corcoran. Just shy of the first down marker. So Pope John having some issues trying to stop this offensive onslaught by St. Peter's here in this first quarter as they drive to the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10. No, I'm sorry, not 1st and 10. 2nd and about 2.5. The ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to 20. Then right in the backfield by Mike Morelli. Morelli and number 34, Joey Lebrano, bringing down the tailback for St. Peter's. But they are spotting the ball at the 16, and that will be good enough for another St. Peter's first down. 1st and 10 from the 16. Marauders now firmly entrenched in the red zone. Here's the snap to the quarterback. Fires to the sideline. He's got a man, number 37. Makes the catch, steps out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by number 35, Tommy Walton. Another completion for St. Peter's as they continue to move the ball down the field. They get it to the 12-yard line now. 2nd and 6 for St. Pete's. Oh, movement on the line, and it's going to be against Pope John, I believe. The quarterback faked the snap and got a couple of defensive linemen for Pope John to bite. That'll move the ball 5 yards up the field to the 7. So 1st and goal. No, still 2nd. It's just shy of the first down marker. St. Peter's has to get to the 6.5. So 2nd and a half a yard. Here's a snap to number 37. Direct snap to the tailback. He rolls to the far side, looking for the corner of the end zone. And he has it. Touchdown, St. Peter's. Number 37 with a 7-yard run gives the Marauders a 6-0 lead. So long, sustained drive here in the first period, the first quarter for St. Pete's. And they'll go for the extra point. The place kicker out there to attempt the extra point attempt. It's number 16. Number 11, the quarterback for St. Pete's, is the holder. Here's the snap. Placed down. The kick is up. And it is good. Right down the middle. And a flag after the play. Point's still good. It'll be assessed on the kickoff. We are midway through the first quarter here at Pope John High School. It is St. Peter's 7. Pope John, no score. We'll be back for the kickoff to the Lions right after this. Touchdown, extra point. Penalty's going to be assessed on the extra. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I can see it. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey, on what has turned out to be an absolutely incredible, beautiful day out here. Perfect fall weather, about 65 degrees, light wind. The only thing not perfect right now for Pope John is the score. 7-0, St. Peter's leads, and a penalty assessed on the kickoff here is St. Pete's will kick an onside kick at the 50. The ball's loose. We'll see who recovers. St. Peter's saying they have it. We'll see the official call, and it is. St. Peter's receives the onside kick. They recover it, and it'll be 1st and 10 Marauders at the 33. Bounced right over the Pope John lineman there as the ball landed at about the 35-34. One of the linemen from St. Peter's came in, was able to smother the ball and recover the onside kick. So St. Pete's continues on offense. 1st and 10 for the Marauders. The ball at the 33. Gutty call by St. Pete's, and it worked out. So the quarterback for St. Peter's in the gun. Number 20 standing to the right of the quarterback, number 11. Here's the snap. Fires to the far side in the screen pass. Complete. He'll sidestep one defender, now another. And dragged out of bounds by the Pope John defense. Number 34, Joe Lebrano in on that, along with a couple of other defenders for Pope John. 2nd and, we'll say 9. Only 1 yard gained on the play. So, ball spotted on the far hash mark at the 31. Pope John 5-2 on the season. Looking for the 6th victory today. Here's a snap. Handoff. Comes to number 20. Sweeps to the near side, to the near hash mark, and gets down to about the 24-yard line. Not enough for a first. It'll be just shy. 3rd and inches. Well, now a second spot by the official. He's going to say it is a first down. So the ball readjusted, and because of that adjustment, it gets the ball to the 23, and they'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 23. St. Peter's on the move again. Years ago, if you live in the Jersey City area, you have St. Peter's, but you also have right across the river another St. Peter's in Staten Island. And when I was playing athletics long time ago, in my league when I played on Long Island, I was playing hockey, and we had a St. Peter's who was one of our rivals. But it was the St. Peter's Eagles, and they were out of Staten Island, so they must be right next door to St. Peter's in Jersey City. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Pope John trailing the St. Peter's Marauders out of Jersey City, 7-0. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lion freshman football. It's 1st and 10, St. Peter's. They lead 7-0, and they're on the move again. Pope John looking to get the ball back for the first time today so they can go on offense. Hand off to number 8 on the reverse. Goes to the far sideline. He's got room to run all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Peter's. A 23-yard touchdown run on the reverse for number 8. And that will make the score 13-0. Good play calling by St. Peter's. Able to find a hole right on the sideline. And number 8 scampering in to the corner of the end zone. 13-0. St. Peter's leading. Extra point is pending.
Let's go, get it. Let's go. Go. Go, Pope John.
So number 16 out there trying the extra point. Here's a snap, place down, kick up. It's good. Right down the middle again for number 16. So that'll make the score 14-0. We'll be back to Pope John High School for the next kickoff right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta. 14-0. St. Peter's leads Pope John here on this Thursday afternoon, 1 week before Halloween. Kickoff, more traditional one, high end over end down to about the 20. And it's fielded there by Seamus Clarker, number 31. Cuts up the near side, knocked out of bounds. At around the 33, and that's where Pope John will take over. First offensive play of the game for Pope John now. Late stages of the first quarter. Pope John offense coming on to the field, led by number 19, Vic Fiore. First and 10 from the 33. And St. Peter's moving to the sideline. Pope John in a timeout. Thought they had announced end of quarter, but again, we'll see. Not yet. The referee's picking up the ball. So it is the end of the quarter. So, in a first quarter where St. Peter's had every offensive play, they took advantage of it, and they grab a 14-0 lead. We'll see how Pope John does starting the second quarter with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 33. Down 2 scores. Come back to Pope John High School right after this. Okay, welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. Northern New Jersey, 1 week before Halloween on this Thursday afternoon. Beautiful day out here. Not so much to score for a Pope John fan. It's 14-0. Lions looking to rebound here. Here's Fiore. The handoff to D'Olivo. D'Olivo right up the middle and is met at the line of scrimmage. Fumble on the play. And St. Peter's may very well have recovered this. We'll get confirmation from the officials in just a sec. No signal yet. Now they're going to say that D'Olivo fell back on it, so it'll be second down. So St. Peter's getting a little excited there, thinking they recovered another fumble, but D'Olivo was able to haul it back in. Good break for Pope John there, holding on to possession. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 as D'Olivo's run was for no gain. Fiore in the gun. Here's the snap. Hand out to Gads, register for the first time. Register to the left side. Flags down. And he is brought down about a yard behind the line of scrimmage. But we'll see what the call is. The face mask, it's against St. Peter's. And so that will be a personal foul penalty in favor of Pope John. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Pope John. So when you need a spark, you'll take anything. And right now, Pope John will happily take that face mask penalty to get them their first down of the game. Ball moved up to their own 48. 1st and 10, Lions. The Lions have proven through many games this season they have the offensive firepower to get back into this. And they can do it quickly. They just need the ability to do so. Fiore in the shotgun. He'll roll to his right, looking downfield. He's got a man, it's Seamus Corcoran. Oh, it's off his fingertips. Incomplete. Corcoran just looked away from the ball as it was coming to his hands. And as he did so, it bounced off his fingertips into the turf. He would have had room to run and may have made it down close to the goal line. But those are the breaks, and it'll be 2nd and 10. More often than not, Corcoran will bring that ball in. So if I were Fiore, I'd try it again sometime later in the game. Second and 10 for the Lions. Fiore in the gun again. Register to his right. The Alivo in motion. Here's the snap. Hand off to Register. To the left. Fakes out a defensive back. Second effort gets him into St. Peter's territory down to the 48-yard line. So 3rd and long. They move the ball back to the 49. So Pope John has to get to about the 43, maybe 42 and a half. We'll call it 7. 3rd and 7 for Pope John. Fiore in the shotgun. Registered to his right. Confusion on the play right now as Coach Voser is yelling at Vic Fiore about the play, and he doesn't like the setup, so he's going to call time. We'll take time as well. 14-0 St. Peter's over Pope John here. Early stages of the second quarter. Pope John on the move. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John freshman football. Mike Formisano here calling today's action as the Pope John Lions taking on the St. Peter's Marauders out of Jersey City. 3rd and 7. Pope John with their first 3rd down of the game. And so Fiore in the shotgun with Register to his left. Fakes it. Now he'll keep and roll to his right. Swarmed by the St. Peter's defense, and they sack him down at the 50-yard line, right at midfield. He had about 4 or 5 defensive tackles and ends break through. And so Fiore running for his life and gets back to the 50, but loss of about a yard, and St. Peter's going to get the ball back as Pope John is forced to punt. Seamus Corcoran standing back at his own 35. Ready to punt? Corcoran takes the snap. Boots it high end over end down the field. About the 20, 15. It's rolling towards the end zone and goes in. So touchback. And St. Peter's will start at the 20. We'll be back to Pope John right into this. St. Peter's leads 14-0 over Pope John. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey for Pope John Lion Freshman Football. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's action. Thank you so very much for joining us on this Thursday special. Here's a handoff over number 22, met right at the line of scrimmage and pushed back by the Pope John defense. Andrew Jessamaria, number 45, leading the way on that tackle. Good defense by Pope John, and so it'll bring up second down. They're going to give forward progress to St. Pete's about 2 yards. So, 2nd and 8. Marauders have to get to the 30. Second and 8, 11 in the gun, 2 men in the backfield with him, 1 to the left, 1 behind. Fakes the handoff, play action. Number 11 down the field to number 23 for the catch at the 37, avoids 1 tackle, and he's racing up the far sideline. Can Pope John bring him down as he heads towards the corner in the end zone, finally knocked out of bounds after a big gainer. Oh, number 23 with the reception right at the 37. Races into Pope John territory, and St. Peter's on the move. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders, looking for their 3rd touchdown of the game. They're in the red zone. Ball spotted just shy of the 14-yard line. St. Peter's setting up. Well, the ball actually placed on the 14. So 1st and 10 from the 14. St. Peter's in the red zone again for the 3rd time. Here's a snap to 11. Handoff to 22. Races up the middle and to the right and into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Peter's. Their 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that will make the score 20-0. Marauders over Pope John. This looks like a carbon copy of what we saw last week against St. Joe's in Montvale. The Green Knights able to gain a big lead early and forcing Pope John to clamp down the defense and try and fight their way back in. That's what they're going to have to do today if they want to get back in this game. Down 20-0. Here's the extra point. Number 16 boots it. It is no good. He hooks it to the right. So, didn't look good off his foot. It was a low kick, line drive, and it missed the right up post by about maybe 2 feet. So, that'll keep the score 20-0. So the first good break for Pope John in this game, so to speak. And hopefully they can take that and find a way to get on the scoreboard here and make this a game as we head into halftime. Middle to late stages of the second quarter, it is 20-0. St. Peter's over Pope John. So St. Peter's placing the ball at the 40-yard line. Yaz Register and Seamus Corcoran back to receive at the 20. Here's the kick. Rolls past Corcoran. He has to race back to get it. Picks it up at the 10. Looks for the far sideline, comes back up the middle, and is met by a host of Marauders. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for Pope John. So Corcoran, as he came back to recover that kick, was able to advance it about 5 yards up the field. And the Lions will start at their own 15. Work to do for Pope John. Fiore in the shotgun, register to his right. D'Olivo on the near wide out. Corcoran on the inside. Fiore rolls to his right, racing towards the sideline, flushed out of the pocket. Knocked away from D'Olivo by number 24 for St. Peter's. He slapped that ball towards the sideline as D'Olivo was looking to receive it. 2nd and 10 for Pope John. We got a penalty against Pope John on that play, so it negates everything. It's going to replay first down, but now the ball spotted at the 5-yard line. So in the shadow of his own end zone, Fiore in the gun. He's got registered to his right. Takes the snap, back in the end zone, looking to pass. Gets it out to register. Register across the flat in the middle. He's got the first down, and down to about the 32, 33-yard line. Yes, register with a huge gain for Pope John. Down to about the 33-yard line. So we'll call out a 27-yard pass reception from Fiore to register. First down, Lions. The first big offensive play of the game, and you know that Pope John has that firepower. They just have to find a way to implement it. 1st and 10, Pope John. Fiore in the gun again, registered, man in motion. Fiore drops back, finds a man on the far side. That is number 35, Tommy Walton. Walton gets down to about the 43. And it'll be 2nd and short for Pope John. Just shy of the first down mark. We'll see, will the secondary spot actually get him the first? It does. So, the referees move the ball up to the 43, and that is good enough for a Pope John first down. Lions on the move, 1st and 10. Fiore in the gun, registered to his right. Corcoran on the near wide out. Back to pass, Fiore. Almost intercepted. Did he actually bring it in? No, the ball's incomplete. St. Peter's saying they had it and it was knocked loose, but big celebration on the St. Pete's sideline. They're saying that they actually went ahead and held onto the ball. I don't believe so, but I want to get confirmation from the referees before we go further on this. He knocked it incomplete. It was a big hit. So the referee's signaling 2nd down, so it was incomplete with a big hit on register there. And the St. Peter's crowd going nuts. That ball was almost picked off. So 2nd and 10. No, they are saying it's a turnover. They're saying that they actually went ahead with the interception. So, okay, St. Peter's gets the ball. My apologies. Number 11, rolling out to his left. And is brought back down by the Pope John defense. Number 30 and number 34 and 35 in on the tackle. Brano and Walton. So I'm saying, okay, so what must have happened was that he went ahead and made the interception, was brought down to the turf, and the ball bounced loose. That's what I was looking at. So the ball come out and hit the turf, but they must have said he was already down. So interception on the play, and it is St. Peter's now 2nd and 11. No excuse, but it is tough to pick up that stuff sometimes. You don't have announcements and the mic's not on the field on the officials. But here's number 20, roll to his right, looking for the far hash mark in the sideline, and is tackled there. Number 45, Andrew Jessamurray on the takedown. Third and 8 from the 39-yard line. So just as Pope John was starting to move the ball down the field, the bad break and an interception and a giveaway to St. Peter's with a 20-0 lead. Let's see if the Pope John defense can get the ball back. 3rd and 8 20 in the backfield with 11, who's in the gun. Fakes the handoff. Now the pass to 37. And he is thrown down by number 30 for Pope John. Big tackle there by the Lions. Stops him at the 38-yard line. We got a timeout on the field by head coach Christian Vosa and the Pope John Lions. We'll be back to Pope John High School right after this. St. Peter's leading 20-0. And the officials get together, check their times, and they see the time has expired here in the first half. Well, Pope John will head to the corner of the end zone to talk things over during the halftime break. We'll try and get back on the right page. 20-0, St. Peter's leads over Pope John. We'll take a break. About 5 to 10 minutes for halftime. We'll start up a new feed, and we invite you to come back on that here on Facebook Live right after the 5-minute, 10-minute halftime break. 20-0, St. Peter's leading over Pope John. Have a good halftime. We'll see you in a few minutes.